Thank you for watching WISD TV and welcome to the Performing Arts Center on the campus of Waco High School. My name is Dale Caffey. Students here in the drama department at Waco High recently performed an encore performance of their one-act play this year, A Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare. I'm with three of the actors. That's Alan Miller, the stage manager, Devin Mays, and Jessica Nicholson, who starred in the production. And on my right is Kaylin Childress, who, of course, put this all together. She's your theater director. And Kaylin, first of all, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Talk about working with young people in a Shakespeare performance.
Well, it was a definite choice to make. You don't just choose to do Shakespeare lightly when you're working with high schoolers, but I knew that if I wanted to do it in the next few years, this was the year to do it. I've got smart kids who can handle the interpretation of the language, and I knew that they would be able to take it on and be successful with it.
Well, talk a little bit about, as you presented to them, what your ideas were, how acceptable they were to doing a Shakespeare performance.
Well, I was all kinds of excited, and during our summer workshop I said, so for one act we're going to do A Midsummer Night's Dream, and you could hear the proverbial crickets just kind of going, and they were like, okay, that's great. And when I told them that we were going to be doing it with a circus concept, I think most of them thought I was probably crazy. But as we started reading and working with the script and they started digging into those characters, it really all came together.
Okay, was it your idea to sort of put the circus atmosphere into it?
It was. I was talking with a friend one day and just kind of bouncing ideas off of him, and that's what kind of was born of that conversation, and that was back in June of last year. And so since then I've been working and kind of mulling that over in my mind and trying a million different ways to communicate that concept, but it all came together beautifully as far as I'm concerned.
Is that something that one-act play directors do, is they sit and try to find out unusual ways or different ways to perform a play that probably has been done many times before?
Oh, Midsummer has been done countless numbers of times. I think it's shown up at the state competition at least 16 times over the last few years, and so everyone does Shakespeare, and especially with a show like that, you always want to put some kind of new twist or spin on it. If you do it in the way everyone's always seen it, it's going to be compared to the way everyone's always seen it. But if you take some new interpretation or some new concept, it kind of gives it a breath of fresh air. You know, it's a manuscript that's been around for over 400 years, and so it helps to do something a little bit new with it.
You're right, it's been around for a long, long time, but there are still some people who come for the first time to see it and may not catch what's going on. So, and we're about to watch your encore performance too, so if you would, set the stage and what sort of happens in the production.
Well, Midsummer Night's Dream is basically the tale of four worlds, and so you've got the world of the lovers, Lysander and Demetrius and Helena and Hermia, and then you've got the world of the royals, Theseus and Hippolyta, and then you've got the fairy world with Titania and Oberon, and then you have these the comic relief, the mechanicals with Peter Quince and Nick Bottom. And so it's kind of what happens when those four worlds collide. And so they meet in the woods, and there's magic and spells and all sorts of hilarity ensues.
And how do you think your kids pulled it off?
Oh, I couldn't be more pleased. I absolutely couldn't be. I told them if we'd made it all the way to the state level and taken every single award that they offer, I wouldn't have been any more proud than I am right now.
Talk a little bit more, though, about one-act play and what it really takes to get beyond district and beyond area. You made it all the way to area, and I'm sure you perform well there, but you run into a lot of tough competition there.
One-act play is the king of the theater world in Texas, and everyone who's had anything to do with theater in Texas knows all about it. And it's been around for a long time, and you've got schools that go to state every single year pretty much, and they've figured out that magic formula. But it really takes just a high caliber of students that are really dedicated and committed, and we had that this year. We just have a young, relatively new department here at Waco High, and so we didn't advance out of district last year and made it all the way to area this year, and so I'm really excited to see what next year could bring.
Great. Well, I'm going to turn and talk to some of these marvelous students you had a chance to work with, and we'll begin with Jessica Nicholson. And Jessica, if you could tell us what part you played in A Midsummer Night's Dream.
I played Hermia.
Okay. She mentioned Hermia. Tell me what Hermia's character is all about.
I was one of the four lovers. My love interest was Lysander, but I had Demetrius, who was also in love with me, and my best friend Helena, and so it was just a mix of emotion.
Talk about how it was to do a Shakespeare play and how you accepted it early on, or maybe didn't accept it. She said she heard crickets. Tell us how you finally came about to loving this play.
Yeah, honestly, when she said we were doing Shakespeare at Overture, I was like, okay, I mean, I guess that'll be cool. But when we really took apart the play and we had rehearsals where we said everything in English just to understand it, and I mean, once you put it with motions, it gets a lot easier to understand, and it did get better as rehearsals went on.
And then you had to convert to what, Old English? Or the Shakespearean language?
Yes.
How tough was that to sort of go into the way Shakespeare wrote and the way it sounds?
It was pretty tough. We had lots of just practices where we like just played with his words and what different things meant, and yeah, like we had no clue what he was saying at first, but Chill just really worked with us on understanding the language so we could put it to action and really mean what we were saying.
And how fun was it to perform this and then get giggles and laughter from the audience?
It was so fun. Like, I mean, you do it so much with each other that you don't really know when things are funny, but it just gives you such an adrenaline rush when you say things that you think people don't really understand, but they do and they laugh, and it's like, oh, we're doing something right. So
One of the funniest scenes, I think, is when you and Olivia Eads get into y'all are fighting, I guess, over a man, and you literally drag her across the stage by her hair, it seems. And the folks at home are about to see that. But talk about that scene.
it was really really fun, really intense. But we really took it apart and numbered it out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's sort of like a dance, and we had to practice that over and over. And there were many times when I fell or when Olivia's hair actually got pulled and it hurt, and Chris fell on the floor, and it was intense.
Well, talk about when that happens in a live performance and in competition, you just keep going.
Of course you do. When we had our public performance, Chris didn't catch me when I had a leap, and I got clotheslined. He like hit me in the neck, and I fell. And in my head, I'm like, "That's not supposed to happen." But you just gotta keep going, or else everybody's gonna know that you messed up.
How fun was it working with this crew, this whole support staff, everybody in this one-act performance?
I mean, I love each and every one of them, and they mean so much to me. And it's just a great group of people. Like we're all like really close friends, and I love Miss Childress and I love Miss Espinosa, and it's just a great show. It was a great experience.
Very good. Congratulations, Jessica Nicholson, on a great performance.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to move on down the line and talk to Devin Mays. And Devin, tell us your role on this particular performance.
I was a stage manager, and basically during the performance, backstage I had to run cues and keep time and help with quick changes and basically try to keep it as much together as possible backstage.
Now, the actors have a tough performance because they're out here having to perform in front of the audience. Who has the tougher job?
Oh, that's a tough question.
You're supposed to say you.
I do, yeah.
Tell me how hectic it is. You're wearing a set of headsets, I take it, and what are you doing this whole time during this 40-minute production?
I'm on headset, and I'm communicating with the light and sound board people and also the tech people backstage. And then also whenever an actor wants to know what time we're at, I have to tell them the time. I was helping do makeup sometimes backstage and costume changes and moving from side to side, and it can get kind of hectic backstage.
Your hands were full. Talk about how important time is in one-act play competition.
Time is so important. You think 5 seconds is so much time, and then you have to do a quick change and makeup and run back to the other side of the stage, and it can just come down to the last second. You can be at 40 and done.
That's right. 40 minutes, because you're a second over 40, what happens?
You get DQ'd. It's over.
And that's the last thing a crew that has worked so hard on production to go over 40 minutes and be DQ'd. Talk about the performance and where it went. First you get past zone, then past district, all the way to area, and talk about this adventure.
It's been a crazy, hectic ride, and I loved almost every minute of it. There were times where I wanted to pull my own hair out, but I loved every second of it.
Good. Talk about the encore performance the other night and just being able to sit back and relax a little bit more, because you go over 40 in front of this audience, who cares, right?
Right. And it was kind of sad because it was the last performance, and we had a lot of seniors who were going, and there were tears at the cast party. But it just, when the curtain fell, it was a great experience.
Well, I got to ask this. I don't know. Are you a junior or a senior?
A junior.
Okay, so you got another year. Tell about your plans for next year.
I plan to keep in theater and keep in choir and go all the way to state.
Very good. Very good. Devin Mays, congratulations on a job well done as the stage manager. And this is Alan Miller, and Alan is holding a very interesting mask here, a mask that you had to wear during the performance. Talk about, Alan, talk about your role that you played in A Midsummer Night's Dream.
My role was Nick Bottom, and Nick Bottom is part of the mechanicals, and the mechanicals are always these, they're called hard-headed men that work in Athens, and they are assigned the task to put on a play for the royal's wedding. So we start working on this play, and Nick Bottom thinks he is the best actor to ever walk the face of the earth. So Nick Bottom has to have all of the roles, and Nick Bottom has to tell Peter Quince, who is really supposed to be the director and the writer and everything, what to do and how to do it. And that really you get to see the funniest at the very end whenever we are performing the play within the play. And it was so much fun to do this character. Like, when I first found out that I was Bottom, which is what everybody calls Bottom, I was like, okay, so I didn't know what it meant. And then everybody that I talked to was like, that's a dream role. Like, people love that role because you get to be so over the top, and there is no too much, like, because it's a character that is over the top and ridiculous, and it was just, every minute of it was so much fun.
Yeah, because when you talk about overacting, that's what Nick gets to do.
Yeah, so you can't be like, the worse you are, the better. It's kind of, so it was, at first, there was some growing pains. That's what we discussed at the cast party the other day. But you have to own it. And there are these ridiculous things you have to say and do, and if you believe that it's what you should be doing, people will believe it's what you should be doing, and you just have to do it and don't really care. And I looked like an idiot on stage, and it was great. It was so much fun. So,
Well, talk a little bit about this mask and how you end up having to wear a donkey's mask.
well, Puck, who is a fairy in the show, turns me into a donkey, and so after I become a donkey, I come back on stage with this mask on, and the fairy queen falls in love with me as a donkey. So it's just a very, very funny situation and everything. But it did bring about some issues with projection and stuff, because you're under a mask. You have to really work on making sure that everybody can hear what you're saying.
Right. Talk to me about how this stayed on your head.
We
Okay.
it has a
ribbon or
ribbons right here, and it would just, I would put it on, and I would come on stage and do one of these, and you really had to make sure that people could understand what you were saying, because as important as it is to project without a mask on and make sure
Right.
that you're articulating without a mask on, you have to make sure that they can hear you with it on.
Right. Because the snoot of the donkey sort of deflects your voice a little bit.
Right. It actually started about right here, and we ended up cutting it off so that, and making an arc here so that as much sound as possible could carry through while still giving the effect of a donkey face.
Very good. Now, you're a junior here, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you got another year. Talk about your goals for next year.
I am so excited for One Act next year, because we learned through this experience. While we had a blast, there were times where we really didn't focus as much as we needed to, and then we found out at area that there were schools that, while we were joking around, they were hitting it. They were hitting it hard. They were, doing the work, and that's just something that we're going to bring to the table next year. Is we don't have time for that. It's a fun experience, and we have fun in the right ways, but we're going to be very serious about moving even further, because it's a process, and we've made a lot of process this year, and we hope to make even more next year.
Very good. Congratulations, Alan Miller, on a great job.
Thank you.
Okay, let's bring in Kaylin one more time over here, if you would. Kaylin, I didn't talk about this, but you won a lot of awards this year at the zone and the district and area levels, I believe. Talk about those.
We did. I mean, one thing that's really neat about UIL One Act Play is that in addition to advancing to each individual level, individual performers and technicians can receive awards as well. And we I mean, to put it bluntly, we racked up. I mean, we were pretty excited. At the zone level, we took 2 honorable mentions, 2 all-star casts, an outstanding technician, and best actor. Alan Miller got best actor at the zone level. Then at district, we took 2 honorable mentions, 3 all-star casts, I believe, and Jessica Nicholson took best actress and an outstanding technician. And then we also had at the area level 2 honorable mentions, an all-star cast, and an outstanding technician there as well.
Well, I find it remarkable that you have 2 Best Actor awards, but from different people. So that tells you that you had great performances all around.
Absolutely, and I have to tell on her just a little bit. One of my favorite memories about this whole process is that Jessica, who's a wonderful actress and put on a great performance every single time, and it just goes to show you how each judge really interprets the show differently, didn't get an award at Zone at all. And then got Best Actress at District. And so we laughed a lot about that. Each judge just kind of clings to a different character every single time. So.
Very good. Well, once again, Kaylin, congratulations and best of luck next year.
Thank you. And one thing that I should mention that hasn't been mentioned yet is that we could not have done this without the assistance of the assistant choir director, Michelle Espinoza. She was our assistant director and my right-hand man, and also responsible for keeping me sane on contest days. And so she definitely is owed a debt of gratitude for all of her help.
Well, you have a team here at Waco High School. We see that during the musical performance every year. So what a great team to work with.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's one of the problems and wonderful things that we run into is that choir and theater, because Michelle Espinoza and Carrie Forehand and I work so well together and just get along so well, all of our productions kind of keep seeming to integrate just a little bit with helping out. And those 2 ladies have been a tremendous help to the theater department. And so we are very grateful for them.
Very good. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
And now we'd like to invite our audience at home to sit back and relax and watch the encore performance of Midsummer Night's Dream, performed by the students at Waco High School.
Now fair, Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws to a pace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. Only thinks how slow this old moon wanes.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Illustrates. Stir up the Athenian youth to madness. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, but I will wed thee in another key. With pomp, with triumph, of government.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good it is. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I with complaints against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius, my noble lord. This man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander, and my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child, and turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And my gracious duke, be it so she will not here before your grace consent to marry Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death.
What say you, Hermia? Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
I would my father looked, but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with his judgments look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, but I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me. Upon that day, either prepare to wed Demetrius, as he would, or on Diana's altar protest for I austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy praise title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's.
do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander! True he hath my love, and what is mine I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he. Demetrius and I will avouch it to his head, made love to Netta's daughter Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess, I've heard so much, but being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptials.
With duty and desire we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, for aught I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. Hear me, Hermia, I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee? And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth to thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood there will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena.
Call you me fair? That's fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Oh, teach me how you look and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smile such skill.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None, but your beauty, would that fault were mine.
Take comfort, he no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself shall fly this place.
Helen, to your minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night through Athens' gates we have devised to steal.
And in the wood where often you and I upon faithful rose beds will want to lie, there Lysander and myself shall meet. And since from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends in stranger companies, farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us. And good luck, grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander. We must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
Oh, how happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eye, he hailed down oath that you were only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved in showers of oath did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her, and for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense.
It's all our company here. It were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day tonight.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Ah, a very good piece of work, I assure you. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready! Name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
Ah, what is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself. Most gallant for love.
Ah, that will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms.
Francis Flute the Bellows-Mender. Here, Peter Quince. Flute, you must take Thisbe on you. What is Thisbe? A wandering knight? It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, pray, let me not play woman. I have a beard. Coming.
That's all one you shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I shall hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe. Ah, Pyramus, lover dear, thy Thisbe dear and lady dear.
No, you must play Pyramus and Flute you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother.
Ah,
Tom, stop the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner. You the lion's part, and I hope here's a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may do take sample, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too, and I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly, you would frighten the Duchess and the ladies.
That would hang us.
Every mother's son.
But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gently as were any nightingale.
You have played upon Pyramus! Masters, hear your parts. I am to entreat you to con them by tomorrow night and meet me in the wood.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse, most obscenely and courageously. Take pains. Be perfect. Adieu.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, I do wander, everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere. And I, sir, the fairy queen? Farewell, I'll be gone. Our queen and all our elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because that she, as her attendant hath, a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child knight of his train to trace the forest's wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do square that all their elves, for fear, creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and make him quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite, called Robin Goodfellow. Are not you he?
Thou speak'st aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. But real fairy, here comes Oberon!
It's here, my mistress. Was that you were gone?
Ill met by moonlight's proud Titania.
What? Jealous Oberon? Fairy, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Terror, rash wanton, and that's I thy lord.
And I must be thy lady.
Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairy land buys not the child of me. If you will patiently dance in our rounds, and see our moonlight revels, go with us. Not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away. We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle puck, come hither. Thou rememberest the herb I shewed thee once. The juice of it, on sleeping eyelids laid, will make a man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she wakely looks upon, be it on lion, bear, or meddling monkey, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen to this wood. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more.
Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not, in plainest truth, tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you. Run when you will. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there?
Aye, there it is.
Take thou some of it and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with the disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it to the next thing he espies may be delayed.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Sing me now asleep, then to your offices, and let me rest.
You spot its names with down. Horny hair, he not seen. Loose and blind, horse do no wrong. Come not near, my fairy queen.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood. And to speak troth, I have forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander, find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet, do not lie so near.
Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear, and the maiden sleeping sound. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. So, awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay, do thou kill me, sweet Demetrius!
I charge thee hence! Do not haunt me thus!
I am out of breath in this fond chase.
But who is here? Lysander? On the ground? Dead or asleep? Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake, transparent Helena. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how bitter word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who would not change a raven for a dove?
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Fare you well, perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near.
Help me, Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Ay me, for pity, what dream was here? Lysander! What, removed? Lysander, Lord! Either death or you all find immediately!
We all met. This screen plot shall be our stage, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, bully bot?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say, we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed.
Well, we will have such a prologue, but there is two hard things. That is, to bring the moonlight into the chamber. For you know, Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Why, then may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a bush of thorn, sand, a lanthorn, and say he comes to present the person of moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present one.
If that may be, then all is well. Come rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. Then you've spoken your speech, enter into that break.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here? So near the cradle of the fairy queen. What? Play it toward? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe stand for.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savor sweet.
Odors. Odors.
Odors, savor sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Must I speak now? Aye, marry must you, for you must understand he goes but to see a noise that he heard and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white.
Of you! As true as horse, that yet would never tire. I meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb. Ninus' tomb? Man, you must not speak that yet. Pyramus, enter, your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh.
As true as horse, that yet would never tire.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place. I shall walk up and down here, and I shall sing, that they shall hear. I am not afraid. Bum, 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 bum. The owl so cock so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, the throstle with its note so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed? I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note, so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape, and doth move me to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so, neither, and if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. I do love thee, therefore go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee. Peace blossom, cobweb, moth, and mustard seed.
Ready, and I.
And I. And I. Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Come, wait upon him. Lead him to my bower.
Bum, 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 bum.
Tie up my love's tongue. Bring him silently.
How now, my spirits? What night will about this haunted grove? My mistress, with a monster, is in love, near to her close and consecrated bower. A crew of patches, rude mechanicals, were met together to rehearse a play, intended for great Theseus's nuptial day. The shallowest thick-skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did him at this advantage take, an ass's knoll I fixed on his head, so at his sight, away his fellows fly, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When, in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juices I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping. That is finished too.
Stand close. This is the same opinion.
This is the woman, but not this the man. Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so?
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Hast thou slain him then?
I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege never to see me more, and from my hated presence part I so see me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while, I will remain.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite and laid the love juice on some true love sight. About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. By some illusion see thou bring her here. Our charm is Isaac as she do appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hits with Cupid's archery, seek an apple of his eye. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band! Helena's here at hand. Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Why should you think that I woo and scorn?
These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er?
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind.
Demetrius loves her. He loves not you.
Oh, Helena, goddess nymph, perfect divine, to what my love shall I compare thine eyes?
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you're all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so. For you love Hermia. This you know I know.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone.
Why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why would he stay whom love doth press to go?
Do not think as you speak, it cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid.
I scorn you not, it seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face? And made your other love Demetrius to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare?
I understand not what you mean by this.
Do persever. Counterfeit sad looks. Make mouths upon me when I turn my back. Wink each other, hold the sweet jest up. But fare ye well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence shall soon remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena. Hear my excuse.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If so, then withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come!
Lysander, where'd you tinse all this?
Vile thing, let loose.
Why are you grown so rude? What changes this? Do you not jest?
'Tis no jest that I do hate thee. Love Helena.
Oh, me! You juggler! You beggar! What? Have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Why, you counterfeit, you puppet, you!
Puppet, why so? Aye, that's why goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made comparison between our statures. She hath urged her height. What? Because I'm so dwarfish and so low? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach to thine eyes.
She shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, she's angry. She is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school. And though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again! Nothing but little!
Follow us out here to try who's right.
Follow? Nay, I will go with thee, cheek by jowl.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else committest thy knaveries willfully. Robin, overcast the night, and lead these testy rivals so astray, as one not come within another's way. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, and I will to my queen and beg her Indian boy. And then I will her charm and I release, from monster's view, and all things shall be peace.
Up and down, I will lead them, up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Lysander, speak again. Thou run away, thou coward. Art thou fled? Speak. In some bush, where dost thou hide thy head? Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes thou look'st for wars and wilt not come? Come, recreant, come, thou child.
goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. That fallen of mine, dark uneven way, here will rest me.
Ho, 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 coward, why comest thou not?
Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here. David, thou mockst me. Famous constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed.
Oh, weary night, oh, long and tedious night, abate thy hour, shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight, from these that my poor company detest. And sleep, that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Never so weary, never so in woe, but down the dew is torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heaven shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. And the country proverb known in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy. What? Wouldst thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongs and the bones. Bum, 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 bum.
Or, say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat?
Truly, a peck of provender. I can munch your good dry oats. But let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now do begin to pity. I did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave me. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection upon her eyes. This thou wast wont to be, seest thou wast wont to see. Now, my Titania, wake ye, my sweet queen.
My Oberon! What visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence you all. Robin, take off his head.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
My cucumbers call me. Hi-ho! Peter Quets! Flute! I have had a most rare vision. Past the wit of man to say what dream I had. Methought I had. But man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. I will have Peter Quince write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom.
That these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. Joy, gentle friends, join the fresh days of love. Accompany your hearts.
More than to us, wait in your royal walks.
Come now, what revels are in hand? Illustrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known to play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now.
I will hear that play. Whenever anything can be amiss, when simpleness and duty tender. Go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
So please, your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, this beauteous lady, this man doth present wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder. This man with lanthorn dog and a bush of thorn presenteth moonshine, this grisly beast, lion by name. For all the rest let lion moonshine wall, and lovers swain add to large discourse, while here they do remain.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, when Snout by name, present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a craned hole or chink, through which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did whisper often very secretly.
Oh, grim looks night! Oh, night with hue so black! Oh, night that ever art when day is not! I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. And thou, O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine, show me thy cheek to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss, cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
O wall, who often thou hast heard my moan, reporting my Pyramus and me, my children to kiss thy stone.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink, to spy, and I may hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
Who art thou art? My love I think.
Kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus wall away doth go.
This is our Ninny's tomb. Where is my love?
Sweet moon, I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. But stay, O spite! What dreadful dole is here? Thy mantle good, what? Stained with blood. Come, tears, confound, outsword and wound the path of Pyramus. I the left path, where heart doth haunt. Thus die I, thus. Now am I dead. Now am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy life. No! Die! 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 Die!
Asleep, my love? What? Dead, my love? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Come, trusty sword. Come lay my breast in brood. And farewell, friends. Thus this begins. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Will it please you to see the epilogue?
No epilogue, I pray you. For your plaintiff is no excuse. And so it is truly and very notably discharged. The iron tug of midnight hath told 12. Lovers to bed, 'tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. Else the puck a liar call. So, good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
actually had a light cue planned for this. Yeah, let's open the curtain back up. Let's have everybody come out.